See if this shit's working. I don't know if that's audible for y'all. Hello. What's up, witches? There's an echo. Yeah, probably. Enough of you. Nope, that didn't make it stop. Okay. Okay. What does this sound like? Nope, that didn't make it stop. Yeah, okay, that sounds good. Hello. This is an experimental, random ass fucking 5 a.m. stream. Why are we live at 5 a.m.? Because I could not stop myself from listening to dope music all night long. There were homies hanging out in the Discord. Everybody was talking about post-hardcore, and the post-hardcore gene got activated in my fucking DNA. All I could think about, it was like a very long road to posting Shiner, which is like, because nobody likes Shiner except for me. So I always have to find a very circuitous route to getting people in the right headspace to recommend Shiner. And then it glides right off of their brains. It's one of those bands, you play it for people and they're like, intellectually I appreciate that this is good music, but I hate it and I'll never think about it again. My size cannot be found. It's somehow always just a half size shy. Hello, let's see who's all here. I'm surprised how many people are actually here. Lapusha, what is up? Suffwitch, about time you streamed again. Hey, I found a time of day that you would be here, so I'm happy about it. Everybody in my Discord was like, we've been up all night. Who could possibly be up for this live stream? And I'm like, y'all don't understand. There's another half of the planet that's gonna be excited that that I stream at this hour. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere. And right now, that's right here, right now, 5 a.m. Hence coffee. Although I finished off what was left of this very shit box wine. Don't ever buy this. Winking Owl. Don't ever buy that. It's a dog shit. Even as box wine goes. Even as goon goes. In Australia, those are goon boxes. Long before goon meant whatever it means to you now. Hello, Leaf Blady. You woke up 6 minutes ago. Impressive. Yeah, this is normally when I'd be like getting up because Bird usually goes to work around this time, but he's got the day off. So I'm kind of like, I'm trying to get myself to fall asleep at a more normal time, but I've just been too excited because we moved into this new place and it's like there's an infinite amount of opportunity, but at the same time not. And what I mean by that is like at my last place, I both felt like I didn't have the space to really just like have fun and be myself, and also didn't have the space to really do my job. And now I've got the space to do both of those things, and they're kind of competing interests. Like, so it's been like a tug of war to get myself to be like, okay, I know you're having more fun than you've had in like a year, but you got to lock in and get some work done and make some money, or else you're going to lose this situation quickly. Because it's going to cost Bird and I $900 a month to live here, as opposed to the past year where we were paying nothing to live in my parents' house. It was not a great living situation. This is an awesome living situation. So I'm happy to work even harder to make this stay possible. I did not expect this to be possible. Basically, the reason we hadn't moved out of my parents' house is that there were no deals this good at like even remotely. You know, like getting a one-bedroom apartment around where we were looking, um, which is to be closer to where Bert actually works, and we did not end up moving any closer to where he works. But again, the deal was just ridiculously good. Like it's a full house, and our roommates are my brother and his partner. So there's it's not even like a difficult roommate situation or anything. And it's relatively inexpensive, and we get to kind of do whatever we want with the place as long as we take care of it. So I could not have asked for a better situation. And the only reason we got into the situation is being patient and not jumping the gun and moving into a bad deal. Like it was like a whole year of trying to save up enough money to move out, but like all of the options just being so bad that it was like, well, like it's not going to be a better situation to move into that, like it's just going to be us spending a lot of money we never get back. At least if we're giving the money to Victor, who owns this house, it's like staying inside the family. It doesn't even really completely feel like spending money in a sense. It's just circulating it back around your family. so so yeah, that's why I feel so good about it. Um, is my audio using my actual mic and not the laptop mic? Let's make sure. What does it say here? Audio. No, it says default, which it says is Scarlett 2i2 USB. Did that make it better? Did what I changed just now make it better? Because there's two different versions. Am I still saving for a van? No, actually, let me tell you. So we're bringing back the Umineko streams soon. I would have done that last night, but I want to wait till Ellen Horai is available specifically. I would kind of want to base it around her schedule because she by far cares the most about the Umineko streams. So they're kind of dedicated to her in a way, and and I don't know, like we were originally doing Golden Witch Wednesdays literally just because the alliteration sounds good. But if it doesn't fit her schedule anymore, then I'd rather do it on a day that makes sense for her. Um, it doesn't sound much different. Okay, well, there were two different options for the Scarlet, and they both. Honestly, I think StreamYard just has like kind of shit audio compression. Let's try there's a third option that says communications microphone Scarlett 2i2. Did this change anything? I don't know why there's three different options for the same fucking thing in this program, but that's what this experiment is for, learning about how to stream good. Um yeah, living with Shade again is going to be really fun because Shade is very passionate about live streaming. I don't know if people know that Shade does live stream like still fairly frequently, but Shade mostly does discography streams where he's like ranking every single song in the discography of various artists. Right now he's doing Death Grips. Um Shade has no understanding of self-promotion whatsoever. So once we're living together, I'm hoping that we turn this office into like a dual streaming room where I can kind of coach him through, you know, developing somewhat of an audience for his streams at the very least. Like I literally watch other YouTubers do what he's been doing, and he's been doing it on Twitch because he didn't think he could get away with it on YouTube. But like I watch Kiki, Kexke, who's been doing discography streams. She just did Denzel Curry, JID, Jid, and Young Thug in a row. So all high profile artists that she played their whole fucking discography right on YouTube. I don't even think those streams are taken down. I don't know exactly. I don't know. She wasn't even really like pausing them like that either. I don't actually know if Kiki identifies what pronouns, but Therapy also just did like a full Chance the Rapper album breakdown, and he basically would just pause like every 30 seconds or so, and it seemed perfectly fine. Like it seems like it's actually not difficult to play copyrighted music on YouTube. I'm not sure. We'll find out. I'm gonna give it a shot, but first I'm gonna coach Shade through it since he's already doing it. Well, you're on Twitch, Twitchy the Golden Witch, Trixie the Golden Twitch. Yes, indeed. Nobody on YouTube can see the chats that I'm responding to, but I've got an integrated YouTube and Twitch chat. Um, Probably I lost all progress I had made towards Twitch partnership because I haven't streamed in so long. I was, like, getting there, but have I finished watching Gun and the Witch from Mercury? No, I really don't like it very much, honestly. Making I made it halfway through and did not enjoy it, so it was kinda hard to imagine myself continuing it. Um, Good to see you, Janes. Good to see you, Exono. Ideas. Denacori. J. Third one is most clear. Okay, well, that's good. I wasn't talking towards the mic. Yeah, the mic's well, it's like pointed at me this way. It like you can see because this is the front of the microphone. So I got a $2 super sticker from ASC Presents. Hell yeah. Sounds decent to me. I'm looking forward to his music content on YouTube. I've never understood how to even use Twitch at all. You're looking forward to Shade's music content on YouTube. Yeah. I had to remember who the fuck I had been talking about just now. That's how brain out I am right now. Where I follow Shade on X, haven't watched any of his streams yet. I got to get Shade off of X. If you're still using X, please, Blue Sky is right there. Let me preach the benefits of Blue Sky to you right now. First of all, they kick off all the transphobes the second they show up, I mean. Although we did have to, it was a fight to get Jesse Single off, but they did pull him. Jeremy the Quartering got banned on arrival. Fucking who else was there? Most of the transphobes don't bother, but the ones who tried to do it as like a lark got killed immediately. It does not have an algorithm. So like whoever you follow, you just get a feed of who you're following. And there's a discover feed, but it's purely based on who people that you follow like. Like if there's a post a lot of people you follow liked, then it'll show you that. So it's not an algorithm. It's like I don't think that counts. Well, maybe that counts as an algorithm. I don't know. Everybody says it doesn't have an algorithm. I don't know what they mean by that. And all the good queer furry artists are on there. All the good queer game devs are on there. All the good queer journalists are on there. So I don't know. There's no reason to be on the Nazi site. You know, you don't gotta have an account on there. Personally, I made a point of theatrically getting banned from X by threatening Elon Musk's life in funnier and funnier ways until they finally kicked me off. Um, the one that finally got me was I said, think about this. Think about the fact that this got me banned from X. All right. This is the quote that got me banned from X. Someone should go back in time and kill baby Elon Musk. First of all, killing babies is a classic trope of satire, going all the way back to Jonathan Swift. That's his name, right? And Albert Einstein, the smartest man of all time, said that time travel is impossible. So it's not a credible threat. So it's so obviously satirical that it couldn't be more satirical. Like it could not, there's no way to suggest that Elon Musk be killed in a more satirical way. It's impossible. You can't do it. Like by textbook definition of the word satire, you cannot threaten any person's life as satirically as I threatened Elon Musk's life. And I was banned from X, the free speech platform. So if you ever hear anyone praise Elon Musk for free speech, stab them in the throat. They don't deserve to be able to use it. All right. Snowman8 with 9.99 says, have you stopped smoking weed as much? You seem so coherent and insightful again all of a sudden. The funny thing is, no, but I did recently switch to hybrids instead of sativas because I've been smoking mostly sativa for a very long time because it makes your mind kinda rush, you know? And but it's a very fleeting feeling, like, it's hard to get back. It's one of those where, like, sativas for a lot of people, they just create anxiety, and I don't usually I don't have that problem because I'm already full of anxiety, but smoking weed that literally is the opposite, that, like, just reduces anxiety, usually makes me too chill to get stuff done, but getting too much stuff done can be a problem. Like, you can get in your own way by working too much. Like, you can, you know, work smarter, not harder. They all say it, but like, what they mean by that is like, you have to chill sometimes. Because if you work all the time, you never get perspective into what you're doing. You don't have that opportunity to like stand back and really examine what you're doing. And I have a bad habit of just, like, putting my nose to the grindstone and, like, work, work, work for, like, a week trying to make something that, like, really matters to me, and then it comes out and nobody gives a fuck, and I don't know how to promote it, you know? And then I get depressed, and then I fall into bad habits of, like, desperation tactics, you know? Like, if I really put effort into something and it fails, then I start trying to do desperate low effort work that I think is gonna turn around a quick profit, and sometimes it does, but it doesn't have the long-term benefit of creating a something that could benefit me like, Anime Alphabet, right? Like, the difficulty with that series is I expected more short-term return, and the long-term benefits of it have been what I expected. I knew those videos would never stop getting views because 'cause they're about classic shows. That was the whole concept. It's like, these videos will never stop getting views, and that's proven true. It's just been the initial burst was not what I wanted, you know, like, I wanted each of them to hit 50K within 6 months, and a few of them have hit 50K, one of them's hit 100K, one of them's close to 100K, but it took almost 4 years, you know? So, it's like, the theory was correct, but it's not. But also the way YouTube Meta works has totally changed in those 4 years, where, like, now 50K views is a lot of views in a way it didn't used to be, in my perspective anyway, you know? So, a lot has changed. But yeah, so I wouldn't say that I've started smoking less weed necessarily, but different weed, and it does kinda slow me down in a way that makes it so I'm not quite as, like, jumping at every single idea that comes out of my brain is like, "Alright, let's jump on that one." Um, you know, I actually I before I started this stream, I was trying to, like, rationalize with myself why I was having such a hard time starting the stream, and it's because I have a bunch of ideas that I've been thinking about, like, way too much. And I realized that if I started the stream like when I was coming off of thinking about one of those things, then it would immediately turn into an hour-long rant, and that would be the whole stream. Like, I would have if I had started this at 9 o'clock last night, I would have hit start and immediately jumped into one of the topics that I've been thinking about, and basically just made, like, a worse version of a video that I would have made privately, if that makes sense. And I think I had to, like, slow myself down to really consider, like, okay, that's not how live streams work, though, like, especially not my live streams. They don't really work like that. There's when I introduce the element of the audience that I communicate with very directly in my live streams, it always is gonna change the plan, you know? So, I needed to have more of a mindset of, like, I'm gonna take this as it comes, you know? Um but that also meant settling into, like, a very particular groove, which was hard for me to do, so I didn't have enough alcohol. If I had had 2 beers, this stream could have started 4 hours earlier, but I was out of beers. I didn't wanna open up one of the meads we have while Bird's asleep. Otherwise, I would've started much earlier. No algorithm is fantastic. Technically showing you every post from who you're following is an algorithm. Well, then I don't know what people fucking mean when they say no algorithm. They mean it's got no obnoxious algorithm that's trying to serve you ads, I guess. There's also no ads on Blue Sky. I guess I should have led with that. Like, I don't believe I've seen any ads on there. Now, granted, I use Brave browser, but uh, that doesn't block all the ads on X. I don't think. I feel like I still get ads. Well, not anymore. I fucking am off of X completely. But um, me and Ye are your favorite tweeters ever. Yeah, Ye's tweets are pretty incredible. I know everybody hates them, but and I don't love them, like, in the way I don't love what he's saying all the time, but I love that he is saying whatever the fuck he's thinking, in a way that not a lot of people are willing to do, and the fact that he's getting away with it in a sense is definitely very revealing, of, like, what really like, a lot of people I think, like, with cancellation, a lot of people really cancel themselves because they cannot handle the guilt of being rejected by society in such a massive way, and Ye just he crossed that threshold ages ago, like and he didn't do it on purpose. He was not trying to be massively hated, but he accidentally created a situation where he is massively hated, and then he went, "Well, there's no coming back from this. Like, I'm never gonna hear the end of Beyonce had one of the greatest music videos of all time unless I give them 500 more quotes that are just as outrageous, and I drown that one out, and I just become the guy known for having said the most outrageous things that anyone's ever said." And, like, that is an identity in and of itself, and it's a hard one to manage. Like, a lot of people have tried, and then they like, Howard Stern had that identity in the '90s, and then he became Mr. I wanna hang out with celebrities, and, like, Ye there's not a celebrity that impresses Ye enough that he wants to be around them like that, He's like, "I will literally scare all of you away. I don't care. I'm comfortable living inside of my big jacket," That fucking one I don't remember the name of that show. Oh, the show where they all, like, get drunk at the big table with the rappers, and he was talking about, like, "I live in this coat," like, it was fucking wild. That was a great interview. Would I finish Anime Alphabet? I have very much considered it. So where I left off with Anime Alphabet, I never finished the Eureka 7 set of videos, and part of that is because of a realization I had that the way I was writing them was, like, heavily staff focused, where I was talking about, like, what each staff member did in which episodes, and I had been writing it based on that, not realizing that that information is incomplete on the sites I was using. It goes to, like, episode 28 is, like, heavily notated who did what, and then after that, there's a total fall off of information. Um, and so I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to totally change the writing style of this series that I'm already several videos into writing because I think I've written more than the first 2 parts. I think there's at least a part of the 3rd part written. Definitely, I was like 22 episodes or so into having written about the show, and then realized, "Oh, I'm about to run up on the end of the information that I have in the way I've been writing it." Bad preparation. Just me not looking far enough ahead, into what I was doing. So, I have to figure out how to resolve the Eureka 7 video, and then for the letter M, I was originally going to talk about Monster, and then I realized from me and Bird, well, I couldn't decide if it was gonna be Monster or Mobile Suit Gundam, because another thing about Eureka 7 is that so I used Eureka 7 as the letter K because it's technically like Kyoretsushin Eureka 7, some shit. I don't remember the word, the Japanese word. Nobody knows it as that. Everybody knows it as Eureka 7. But I didn't want it to be the letter E because what did I use for E? I don't even remember. What the fuck was anime alphabet E? I don't know, but, like, eventually I realized that I had fucked up because I was trying to use Japanese titles for all of them, but I forgot that when I did Full Metal Alchemist that it's called Hagane no Renkin Jutsushi in Japanese, so it should have been H, and, like, I didn't even realize that until, like, months after having released the Full Metal Alchemist video. I was like, "Wait a minute, that's not the Japanese name of this show." But I justified B being Bishojo Senshi Sailor Moon by having the Japanese name. So I totally clusterfucked the naming convention of the series. Um, so with the letter M, I was trying to decide if it would be Monster or Mobile Suit Gundam, which is Kido Senshi Gundam in Japanese, but I already used K for Kyo whatever Eureka 7 because I had already used E for whatever I used E for. I fucking can't for fucking Evangelion, of course. The Evangelion movies. Yes, because they're called Evangelion 1.0 as opposed to Neon Genesis. Yeah, so I fucked up the titling convention badly. But it was all in service of getting to talk about the shows I wanted to talk about, and finding a way to logically fit them all into the alphabet. But I hadn't seen Monster, and I still haven't seen all of the original run of Mobile Suit Gundam. I've only seen the movies, compilations. So I was watching them both with Bird for the We Watch anime series and realized I do not like Monster. So I do not want to talk about Monster. So I started writing about Gundam and I got a few pages in, but we didn't end up finishing the show with We Watch anime. We got like 16 episodes in, so I still have to finish it to finish that script. But I think it will be Gundam. I think it will probably be Mobile Suit Gundam. Um, because I really like Mobile Suit Gundam, the original show, even though I've been trolling Gundam fans like all month. Um, just because one person got a little pissy with me about not knowing some Gundam information. And I'm a psychopath. Let me try to find the anime alphabet Gundam that I have. Gundam. It's a Gundam. Gundam AA. Yeah, that sounds right. This is how it starts. Mobile Suit Gundam is an overwhelming concept. When someone says the words Mobile Suit Gundam, you have to wonder if they mean the original 36 episode mecha series or the unfathomably massive franchise with literally hundreds of installments that has followed, which has been a definitional tentpole of Japanese culture for over 50 years. When you say the word Gundam to someone who's not an expert in the subject, you can see a stroke of anxiety overtake them, wondering if they can possibly know enough Gundam to have a reference point for whatever you're about to say. For the sake of this video, Mobile Suit Gundam refers just to the original 42-episode TV show. Why did I call it 36 episodes and then 42 episodes in the next paragraph? This is how you can see that some research happened between the first and second paragraph of me writing this, and I haven't done any editing. Because 36 episodes is 3 seasons, but actually Gundam was supposed to be 4 seasons, but the 4th season got cut short. So it's 42 episodes, and it's the only anime ever that is 42 fucking episodes long. So that's why I would have gotten that wrong. That's really funny. Okay, enough reading the unfinished Gundam script. This is the kind of shit that would get me yelled at by Gundam fans. Snowman 8 with 4.99 says do a Homestuck rap. Okay. And this is a story all about how my home got stuck, turned upside down. Well, let's get a beat. Homestuck type beat. All right. Okay. Hey. Mm. Yeah. Rose Lalonde, yeah, my hair is blonde. I'm sipping wine on the lawn of my fucking house in a blouse, and I ain't no mouse. I got so much to drouse about, so much to louse about. I'm out here, super queer. I don't remember enough Homestuck details to go any further, really. I'm just spitting truly. Whatever comes to mind, it's just in the back of the rind, way inside. All right. I can't remember Homestuck well enough to do like a real good Homestuck rap. I hope you like my Rose Lalonde bars. Your recent stuff had me thinking of Ghost Lightning again, and by proxy Macross. Just curious if you'll ever finish OG Macross for the culture, your culture, lol. I would love to. I'd love to watch Macross with Victor. We never He's seen all of it, but we've never watched all of it together. Um, I've still only seen well, so my exposure to Macross, and this is part of how I was able to connect to Ghost Lightning, is I had seen Robotech up through like episode 24, which is functionally seeing Macross dubbed, um, but I never, I never got far enough into Robotech to see it become something other than Macross. Uh, if you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Macross is like 36 episodes and a classic mecha anime from 1982, and this company called Harmony Gold licensed it and dubbed it, and then they took two other totally unrelated mecha shows and dubbed those as though they were like the next couple seasons of Macross, and just like changed the world building details to be like it's in the same universe, but like it doesn't make sense. Um so yeah, so like, but Robotech was a big deal in the 80s, and it was one of the first anime to actually be successful in America, and it kind of spawned BattleTech, and by extension fucking Mech Warrior, and like all that shit is like weirdly an extension of Robotech being this Macross knockoff thing. And then Robotech itself has all these novelizations and shit like from English, like Harmony Gold contracted a whole bunch of shit based on Robotech. So there's a Macross, like in Japan, there's this extensive Macross universe, and then in America, there's this extensive Robotech universe, and they really don't have anything to do with each other. Ghost Lightning knows all of it. He knows all of both sides. He might be the only person in the world who knows all of Macross and Robotech, like on that level. Um, All right, we got some super chats coming in. Snowman 8 with 4.99. Trial of the Golden Witch is no longer in the goat conversation. Damn, I got kicked out. I got kicked. Was that for like my bars sucking, or for not knowing enough Homestuck to continue my rap? It's been a long fucking time. I read Homestuck in 2011. 2011. Landon, $5. I'll be leaving Japan tomorrow. Rant about why the fuck you haven't finished Go Sick. Also, text me your address. I'll mail you your sligu. Hell yeah. Landon, my good buddy Landoname, you should go subscribe to his channel. Has been in Japan for the last couple weeks. And he bought me a sligu at the Pokemon store, a little plushy sligu, which is pretty sick. Why the fuck haven't I finished Go Sick? Because we haven't sat down and watched it together. And um I can't imagine I would get as much out of watching it by myself as I would out of watching it with you, you know? Like, I'm never in a rush to finish anything good. I've come to realize like something that's different about me from a lot of anime viewers is that when I got into anime, there was not the ability to just finish a show like that. Like if you're watching shows on TV, obviously you got to wait week by week. But worse than that, when you're waiting for dubbed shows, what they typically do is give you 26 episodes, and then they rerun all 26 of those before they give you any new episodes. And if you're watching Adult Swim, where they run each episode twice on Saturday night, they run the same episode twice, I mean. Um, you've seen all those 26 episodes four times if you stay up all night like I did, by the time the new episodes are coming out. So you're like way too fucking familiar with like 26 episodes. And then if say the schedule changes, your schedule changes, anything about your life changes where you can't watch the show anymore, you only ever got to see 26 fucking episodes of that show. I never saw the second half of Yu Yu Hakusho until streaming, until I was able to just go to some site and watch all of Yu Yu Hakusho. But like it was something. I don't even think it occurred to me that I would be able to do that until I was at my friend Marcus's house and he was watching Yu Yu Hakusho, and I was like, "Oh my god, like I can just go watch all of Yu Yu Hakusho." Holy shit, I can just go do that. Um, but but yeah, like we would get DVDs, like, my cousin Boyd and I would go to, Suncoast where DVDs were $30 a pop and on average had 4 episodes, and or you could go to Best Buy where DVDs were $22 a pop. So, like, at best you could get 5 episodes, and usually that was in the first 2 discs, like, there would be more episodes on the first 2 discs than the other one, so we would often just get the first couple discs of a show and then bounce to another one because you get more episodes, it was literally just the logistics of how do you get to watch the most anime rather than finishing a show, because the shows are tactically released in a way to get you to spend diminishing returns on them as you go. Um so, you figure that out quickly when you're looking at the prices of the DVDs, we would just go to Suncoast and just, like, stare at DVDs for hours. Um, so, and I was heavily reliant on what my cousin, because he was receiving an allowance. He was 4 years older than me. I was 12 when we got into anime, so he had money, I did not, and, was buying most of the DVDs. I would, like, get some for my birthday or Christmas, and then, like, oftentimes, like, struggle to actually ever end up watching them. Um, but do I still keep contact with Boyd at all? I haven't talked to him in a few years really, but he just moved back to Richmond, and Vic and Hope just moved to Richmond. So, it's hard to imagine that at the very least they won't be hanging out, and so I'll probably end up seeing him or hear what he's up to, you know? Um when it comes to him, he falls under the category of a lot of the people who have the most impact on me in my life are people that I don't need to see very often to stay on their wavelength. I kind of talked about this recently in one of my videos. I was talking about no thank you, and I said that we're on parallel digressions, unswerving in direction, which is a quote from the song Get Action by the Delgados that I've ripped off a whole lot of times. Um, and it's just so full of good lines. That's where I got that every single person who has told you that you couldn't lives in fear that you'll achieve the things in life they think you shouldn't is also a lyric from that song. But Boyd is somebody who throughout my childhood, every single time we linked up, there were times we didn't talk for years, and then we'd link up, and I would just learn everything he was into, because he'd be always been into a completely new thing I've never heard of. Every single time I've ever met up with him, he introduces me to like a whole new world I didn't know about. S- the last time I should have investigated what he was interested in, because this was a few years before my transition, but he was like super into RuPaul's Drag Race. I should have followed him down that route, because having seen Slay, the movie that came out last year, that was great. And I think I think being a RuPaul's Drag Race fan must make that movie even better. Landon with another $5 says, I know you're older than me. I got into anime in 2003 when I got my VHS tape of Metal Fighter Miku, and shit, here I am in Japan. Life's crazy. I mean, that's the same year that I would say I really became a like anime fan as my identity, was that year, because like in the 90s, I had no conception of anime as a word. Like I did grow up with Japanese media pretty heavily because like I was into Power Rangers from a young age. Um, but, like, I think when I was a kid, I literally thought that Power Rangers came from China. Like, I think I don't think my mom knew enough about the distinctions between Asian countries for her to try to inform me about what country Power Rangers came from. I think I thought it was from China when I was, like, 3. And then at some point, I figured out it was from Japan. Because I remember as a little kid, like, ideating going to China, but the only basis I would have had for that would have been thinking that it's where Power Rangers came from. Um, and and then I probably realized it was from Japan when other Japanese shows started coming over, like Beetleborgs, that I also liked, and then it kind of put it all together, like, "Oh, these are Japanese shows?" Um, and Godzilla, because I got into Godzilla because of a friend, like, my friend in the 2nd grade? first or second grade. I had a friend who was really into Godzilla, and he had all the tapes, the VHS tapes. So he showed me like Megalon and Gigon, I think, and that got me into Godzilla. And then they made the American Godzilla like 1 year later, so I was totally hype about that, you know. And then Pokemon was like a year after that, so I was pretty locked in on Japanese media for my childhood, but I did not know that it was anime or that there was like a whole cartoon culture around it, you know. And Sailor Moon I was afraid of because it's girly. Like I wanted to like it, but as soon as my mom implied that I had a sexual attraction to Sailor Moon, it was out. So that's the worst thing my mom ever did to me, by the way, is making fun of me for being attracted to Sailor Moon when I was too young to even have sexual attraction. Fuck you for that one. Anyway, um, uh, but yeah, like 2001 would have been when Adult Swim started. In 2002, like I want to say the very end of 2001, very start of 2002 would have been like Adult Swim started an Anime Invasion magazine, and like that 1-2 punch was it, because that was when literally Boyd came over to my house and sat with me and was like, "Dude, anime!" Like it, like he like presented the book. He's like, "It's this thing. It's called anime. There's a whole." I hadn't known about Adult Swim yet, so he's like, "There's a whole Cartoon Network. If you stay up late on Saturday night, they got all this anime." This was like it was probably like 5 or 6 episodes in, because I think with Yu Yu Hakusho, I know that the first episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho we saw were, like, around when he came back to life. Like, I don't think I saw him being dead until they reran it. And I was like, "Oh, this is what's going on in Yu Yu Hakusho," you know? Um, and with and, like, Boyd had mostly been hype about Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho were what he was hype about, but especially Yu Yu Hakusho. And, I ended up being most hype about Cowboy Bebop, until they introduced Rurouni Kenshin, and that was where it, like, clinched it for me, you know, like and Inuyasha, really, like, Inuyasha and Rurouni Kenshin were the 1-2 punch because of all the long-haired guys, you know, like, that was what did it, is Inuyasha the character, Sesshomaru the character, and Kenshin Himura, and, you know, all the younger characters in Rurouni Kenshin that I now realize are sus to even exist, but whatever. His ideas with $5. Congrats on returning to streaming. I'll try to be watching when I'm able. Hope I don't miss Umineko too much if the schedule is changing. Yeah, I'm just gonna I will figure out when it's going to be specifically by talking to Ellen, and figuring out her schedule, and then I will announce a schedule for it. Because we don't even necessarily have to keep it to once a week anymore. I literally can stream anytime now. I can do it any fucking time. That doesn't mean, well, okay, I shouldn't say that because that makes it sound like, hey, y'all, decide my schedule. I can be streaming at all times. I can't be streaming at all times. I just can pick my anytime I want. So I can decide a very clear schedule. Um, but like Umineko is gonna take a absolute eternity to get through at the rate that we were doing it before. But that was heavily based on, again, like, I was sharing the office with my dad. He works from home. So it was like, you know, I couldn't be using it really for the whole workday, um, during every weekday. And then also at like the end of every month, he would have a day where he just works all fucking night because it's like closeout. So there was just so much unavailability. And then even when I was recording, the office was right next to my granddad's room. And aside from not wanting to, like, wake him up and everything, like, he would just wake up in the middle of the night all the time, and then I have to, like, you know, go help him, you know, if he needs help or whatever, like, waking up, he just pissed his bed, and I'm, like, gonna go change him. So it's just, like, a lot to deal with to be trying to live stream. It wasn't a good sound environment, like, you know, it felt like I was always fighting for time, and I enjoy streaming, but I prefer making long-term products, you know, and like streams can be divisible into long-term products. You know, they can be something that parts of it hold up, or even a whole stream can hold up if it's very interesting and topical. But like if I'm not making any content that's for longevity, it feels like that period of time doesn't exist. You know, like a lot of those streams, they were fun. I remember them being fun, but I don't have the like it was so momentary that I don't have anything I can show to people now. I can't like reintroduce you to it. It was a time and place thing for the people who got to experience it, but it doesn't mean anything for anybody in the future, you know? And I got really insecure about not being able to do both. Like I wanted to be able to do because there's no reason I can't. Like in terms of my ability, if I have the space to do it, I can definitely do both live streams and videos. I just didn't have the space to do that, you know? Like and when I say space, I don't just mean literal, but also like emotional space of being around other people, even if you're not really involved in what they're worried about, you can't help but be swept up in their narrative, you know, especially my parents. Like, there are people who are going to involve you in their narrative in a way that is just distracting, you know? Like, it doesn't, I haven't thought about Donald Trump or Elon Musk almost at all since moving out of my parents' house. I remember they exist when I go on Blue Sky. I literally open up Blue Sky and I get reminded that Elon Musk and Donald Trump exist. I would forget. I would completely forget if I did not open up Blue Sky. Back at home, you got, you know, new when my dad is off work, news blasting at max fucking volume through the house. When he's at work, he is often watching it in between doing work. He watches the news like a TV show and doesn't feel emotionally invested. My mom feels intensely emotionally invested in what happens on the TV show called The News. So I ended up hearing a lot about it and having a lot of opinions about it. There's no universe where I make a video called "You Don't Hate Elon Musk Enough" if I didn't have to hear about it every goddamn day, you know? On my own accord, I just indulge things I like. Snowman8 with 4.99 says, "Redemption starts now. Do a rap about a Homestuck fan adventure that you make up on the spot. Megalovania the Beat homesick version, obviously." Jesus Christ. It's 5:30 in the morning. No, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I remind you. Megalovania homesick version, okay. Undertale's Megalovania, but it's actually Homestuck Megalovania. Is that what I'm looking for? Is this the version of I have to make up a Homestuck fan adventure on the spot. Do I have to make up my own characters? Um, yo, Flowey on the Prowly is a bad one, and he's gonna make you sad, son. How you gonna get away from that? Gotta make a trap track that is whack. I don't fucking know how to do that. I'm just singing under. Also, this is not a beat. This is not in any way any sort of rap beat. Um, hold on. Megalovania homesick version beat. Is there? How do I? Okay, Megalovania. Let's just type Megalovania beat. All right, let's just go for type Megalovania type beat. Maybe is what I need. Megalovania type beat. Okay. Oh. She ain't cooking at all. No, I'm not. I can't imagine something harder to rap about than ooh, god damn. What the fuck? This beat actually goes fucking hard though. What the fuck? Hey. Sans Undertale never fail. He's gonna kill you with a railgun. You think this game is fun? Haha, son. Nah, this game ain't fun at all. It's hard as shit. That's why you bit the dust. Go play Rust instead. It's better for your head than this shit that's too dense for anyone to shred. unless they dedicated and determined. Stay squirming. Sherman Ultra. No, okay. That's not even. It's Charmin, not Sherman. Okay. That was terrible. It's 7 a.m. in Japan. Where the fuck? Or 7 p.m. in Japan. Where the fuck is Bird at? Bird's asleep. It is 6 a.m. here. So, he out like a light. Okay. Evie or Evie. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but $10. Hi Trixie, big fan. Hope you're having a good day. I am. I've had a great night. I pretty much stayed up all night hanging out in my Discord talking about music, mostly post-hardcore music. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll back. I kept sharing lyrics and stuff. We were really getting into it. We were just having like a all night. I literally think I was talking in Discord for like 6 straight hours, just sharing music recommendations. I'm gonna see how far back this scroll goes. There was AMV sharing, there was anti-flag sharing, there was fucking I linked Spirit, they're gone, Spirit, they vanished. I linked Decompositions. I linked a lot of oh, it's because of the Mars Volta. That's how this happened. Somebody said, "Oh, I should have listened to the Mars Volta," and I was like, "Oh, did you say the Mars Volta?" Yeah, no, I'm all the way back at 10 o'clock last night, and it looks like we were we were having this discussion. So I think I was up for like 6 hours just sharing music back and forth with people in the Discord server and talking shit about white people also. Trying to conspire, how do I take money from white people without revealing my contempt for them so much that it scares them away? Other white people. I realize I am a white person, but that doesn't mean I can't not like them, um, as a whole. I love how this was an Undertale rap and not Homestuck at all. I mean, it's the fucking Undertale song. I don't know how to make. I know it was like originally a Homestuck song, but um, uh, my ex-girlfriend only listened to post-hardcore. I thought it was hot as fuck. I would think that too, probably. If I met a post-hardcore chick, I'm sure I'd be like, "Oh my god." Um, if I meet anybody who will listen to Shiner with me, then I think I'll have to be friends with them. Like, um, I would play some of it right now, but like I literally think you will all dissociate out of hearing the song. Like, there's certain songs that there are some people who I know who like them. Like Chasing a Bee by Mercury Rev. I know that Gary Always likes that song. But it's a song that I've put on for people, and within seconds, they, like, can't process that music is still happening, like, or that it has begun, or, like, and it does have a very slow start, but it eventually gets really loud, and no matter who I've played it for, like, there's this sense of, like, automatic ignorance, like ignoring the song, like, you can't help but ignore it because it just requires too much attention to really, like, process what it is until it gets to the incredibly loud part, and then it's like it requires too little attention to understand what it is, if you understand what I mean? Like, it's a difficult song. Uh, we can't hear your computer audio, couldn't hear the beats either. No, I don't have it playing through. I thought it was just playing through. I mean, I'm just playing it through my speakers. I'm surprised the microphone's not picking it up, but I think that's probably StreamYard. I think StreamYard has some kind of automatic balancing where it cuts out quieter audio, basically. So my hope was that you would hear it at the same volume I was hearing it out of the speakers. But I think the fact that I was rapping over it was causing it to wait, isn't music for dissociating? That depends on. Dance music is for associating, I think, but or well, Hmm. If you're, like, dancing so hard that it's, like, out of body, because okay, here's a question. Is being in the zone a form of dissociation? Like, when you are performing at such a level that your ego is removed from it, is that a form of dissociation? Because when I think of dissociation, I think of it as like, I forgot I exist. I'm just in the song, and then like you kind of wake up afterwards and you're like, oh, maybe I did listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers before. I certainly don't remember. Um, but like there's also that like hyper locked in, you know, uh so like I think a lot of music is trying to create hyper lock in. It's trying to be I'm gonna fucking I'm like this has to unleash my energy. And then there's music that is for yeah, like becoming part of the paint. And Shiner for me is definitely like I guess for me it takes a lot to make me dissociated because I can't keep up with it or because like I'm so locked into it as opposed to because it's annoying. Like there's lots of music that is trying to be very immediate, but if it doesn't click with me, it makes me immediately shut it out. And that's how I feel about a lot of like popular music that some of it grows on you, you hear it a few times, you're like, okay, I accept this. Some of it's like, oh god, there's this one fucking commercial, I'm so happy I don't have to hear it anymore. I might have blocked it out. There's this one cruise commercial. No, I remember it. Oh god. Oh god. I apologize. I apologize if this traumatizes you to hear this song as it does me, but I'm gonna sing it for you. This is a trauma dump, alright? Maybe you've heard this. It goes like, I feel like new sunglasses, like brand new pair of jeans. I feel brand new. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's one of those millennial core OOO songs, and it plays in a fucking. I missed a super chat. Which one? I don't see one I missed, unless it was ideas. No, I think I read this. Yeah, I read that. I think I got them all. Um, Unless something's not showing up for me for some reason. That would be strange. Um, but yeah, I really hate that commercial a whole lot, and I hate that song a whole lot. No, I read the Evie one. You must have been zoned out. Um, but there just wasn't much to say about it because it was just sort of congratulatory and not a not like a rant request or anything like that. Um, but anyway, this song, I feel like new sunglasses, like brand new pair of jeans. Like it's literally an anthem to consumerism. It's like I feel so good about things that can be purchased. Did I just lose internet connection? No. No, just the laptop crashed. Weird. I've got the same like I've got a StreamYard open on one laptop and then on a different laptop. I'm like Neil Breen over here. I've got hold on. Let me aim one camera at the other. So that's the laptop I use right there. That's the Asus Zephyrus. And the high-powered GPU has failed in this laptop. It's either disconnected or something. It overheated and it lost connection to its high-powered GPU. So I can no longer do things on it because it just crashes randomly. Um, so I'm streaming on Bird's Alienware laptop that he got because he had always wanted one because when he was a kid, even though his even though his family was poor, his mom sprung to get herself an Alienware laptop so she could play World of Warcraft on it. And got the kids, much cheaper, shittier laptops, and so he always was envious of his mom's Alienware. Now that he has one, he's like, I didn't need to get. I could have gotten a I could have spent less and got just as good or better of a laptop, but, at least I have a nice laptop. Um, because they are not cheap, but they are. I mean, it does what it's set out to do. Although he was having some kind of trouble with Marvel Rivals not like working. He was like, I think I need more RAM. What an awful woman. No, she's all right. His mom is. We'll say not a great mother. She's a fine woman. She's not a great mother. All women are precious. Especially moms. All moms are precious, you know? Some of them aren't cut out for the job. But Bird's alive and a good person. So, you know, was it that bad? Yes. But it is what it is. Let's just say that Bird's favorite joke is the muscle man my mom joke. Like anything you say to him is going to become his mom. It's no, it doesn't matter what it is. Like you hung the curtains kind of low. You know what else is hung kind of low? Is it your mom? Mama. I support women's rights and especially their wrongs. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I once bought an Alienware laptop from a friend just because I liked him. Was mediocre. Yeah, well. I gotta go to take a piss real quick. Let's test out. I guess if I wanted to play you desktop audio, the way to do that would be to go into present mode. What? This is not what I wanted. How could I have typed you in and it didn't take me straight to YouTube? Oh, y'all can't even see that. I was about to play the Trollolol song. Okay, hold on. Trixie, the golden witch. Oh yeah, the fucking E key is broken on his laptop. His E and F keys are fucked. That's why there's so many. Like I kind of made a joke out of it in the Crib Nasty video and the Create Space for Rage video, or Krat Spack for Rag video, as it's called interiorly in the video. The E and F key and the number 3, E, F, and the number 3 are all fucked on this keyboard. So I turned it into a joke in those videos. I'm gonna play you the Crib Nasty music video. I'm sure most of you have seen it, but you can watch it again because it's great and I love it. Share screen. Window. There we go. Infinite tunnel window. Okay. Oh wait, I have to tell it to. I have to specifically tell it to share audio. Like it's a separate button. It doesn't just automatically share audio. You have to tell it to do that. Okay, it actually was set to do that. Whatever. Yeah, Crib Nasty. Let's Fumpkin go.
But I never seem to leave my home. So I get pretty nasty in YouTube videos. Getting jealous of some blue sky hoes. Now I feel pretty nasty. Why is it so goddamn cold? Anybody know a place to go where it ain't pretty nasty? Clothes are folded on the floor in the corner. Got so much shit in my order. In my room, share consensual borders, identity disorders, personality disorders. Drinking all the tea you're pouring, my apologies for the snoring. When I'm in my dreams, I'm soaring. I'm awake, I'm pouring, drilling to my heartbreak Corey, trying to kill the baby Corey. I got snakes, I got cats, I got 95 pounds in my hat. Motherfucker, I got bats, I got hammers, I got blabber, I got snakes, I got cats, I got 95 pounds in my hat, I got bats, I got hammers, I got blabber, nasty. Fucking nasty.
Your man has my info.
This place is fucking nasty, bitch. Oh, this place is
Motherfucking nasty, bitch. Hey.
Crib nasty. I don't got nowhere to go, so I spend a lot of time indoors till I get crib nasty. Swap from that top to bottom, but I never seem to reach my own. So I get crib nasty with YouTube videos, getting jealous of some blue sky hoes. Now I feel crib nasty. Why is it so goddamn cold? Anybody know a place to go where it ain't crib nasty?
All right. Shout out to Sarah Louise, Blind Skywatcher. She made the beat and she mixed and mastered the vocals. When am I dropping 100K? 100K had a music video, it just got blocked immediately. It was a case where Content ID didn't catch it until I had publicized it. And I want to say I had had it unlisted for like hours, I think. And then, so I was like pretty confident it wouldn't get blocked. It was up for like maybe 2 hours and then it got blocked. And I was like, couldn't you fucking possibly have maybe detected that before it was live? It was because I used too much of the ending of Metropolis. I used like a long scene from the ending of Metropolis. I don't know why I thought I'd get away with it. It fit the song so well. But you know, it's still on Twitter, but I can't even access that anymore, so I couldn't even link it to you if I wanted to. Let's put on some random fucking beat and I'll just rap it. I guess I have to do it on this computer because I have to do the presentation type shit. Okay. But I'm worried I'll have echo. Well, I guess it won't play through the microphone probably. What type beat? What and then the words type beat should I search to get the beat that I'm going to just freestyle 100K over? I'm very curious. There's like a lot of people have different definitions of the word freestyle. I feel like most people, when you hear freestyle, you think off the top of the head rapping like what I was doing earlier. But technically freestyle, like if you have a written verse that you do over different beats, like you can just do that verse over different beats, that is called freestyle rapping. I think I've been told, you know, everybody's got a different idea of what it means. So I've heard both of these things taken for granted as like, no, it only means off the dome, and no, it can mean horror type beat, dementia type beat. All right, I like the sound of dementia type beat. Curious what I'll get. All right, I have no E key. So hold on. Let's real quick. What am I looking at? Anime Grimace? Second Anime Grimace? Where is
You can't go
okay.
back. Happy birthday, Grimace.
Well, all right, we've all seen that now. No, I want type beat. I want not type bat. God damn it. I have no E key. Breakcore type beat. All right, that should probably. I could probably spell that wrong and still get it, right? I don't know why I typed type again. Lollycore type beat. This couldn't be more perfect. Why is it Kung Fu fighting? What in the actual fuck is this? Oh my god. I hope you can hear me over this. Oh my god. Okay. If I can find a pocket in this, I'll rap over it. Is this like a whole album? This is like a whole album where each song is 5 seconds long. My god. Okay. Yo, I am a lolly, and I'm really on like Brawly with powers. Gonna knock you off the towers like 9/11 all over again. Yeah. When I spit, they're my friends. When I shit, it's the end. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds, and it's a whole album. I wasn't ready for this. Yeah. Let's go. No. That hoe in the place with the show. No. Gotta go. No. It feels so much longer than it is. It feels amazingly longer than it is. Wow. Okay, hold on. I needed to recover from that. Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit. That was such an experience. That felt like 3 albums worth of material inside of literally less than 2 minutes. I feel like I just lived a whole life. I definitely experienced ego death just now. That was like an ayahuasca trip. Like, whew. So many noises and sounds. I'd give that album like a 9 out of 10. I'm dead. I might. There was no part of that I didn't enjoy. It was overwhelming. It was a lot to take it. Like, I can definitely see listening to it again and retaining none of it. I would probably have to hear it like 10 times to really parse it well enough to be like, oh yeah, it's that song, you know? It did kind of remind me of an album with all the songs played at once. I actually have a song that was created that way. God damn it, there's no E's on my keyboard. I can't even type my own Bandcamp. Oh boy. I believe I can't remember what. Oh, I think it's actually I do remember. This song was created by taking the entirety of Imperial by Denzel Curry, putting it into one track and speeding it up to 2.5 minutes and then rapping over it. So what you are actually hearing in this song is the entirety of Imperial. With me rapping over it as different characters.
Oh shit, had to come up on my cash money. Get somebody told me hit the freaking say relax, honey. Y'all think of the trip, but I forget to listen. Just ready for freaking get from a straight into the bitch. This is the in the class, but now I'm a trash. Yeah, I laid this drill shit. Come up for your brain like a fucking drill. Big gonna bleach out all the ignorant bullshit. Don't give a fuck if the album's purchased. What is this, a creature feature? Used to watch it from the bleachers. Now you got me doing features. Still won't see me starring features. Fuck so good, like a grown man should. Yeah, education's fucked. Not gonna try to test my luck. Taking my kids to Japan. Hope at least they got a chance. Maybe they'll be more advanced. Then again, it might be bad. Why'd you let me be the only white kid in Japan? Right into the block of the broken bike. I stole from your psych after I fucked your wife. And I also fucked your mom. No, my dick is long and strong. Push it right on past that song. Now your bros gon' be my spawn. Was your daddy all along? I'ma raise your punk ass wrong. Goddamn, that I hit too hard. It's ringing in my ears and I'm feeling the star. Mind like when I get a snack, but it's hard to get up when I get to my legs are on. This girl's like an eyes like a little charmer. Wishes in my ears that she needs me to harm her. Me and my bros and my hoes on the pros, we gon' bomb this spot like you already know. Yeah, already know. Yeah, you already know. We gon' bomb this spot like you already know. Yeah, me and my bros and my hoes on the pros, we gon' bomb this spot like you already know. Yeah, you already know. Yeah, you already know. We gon' bomb this spot like you already know. We gon' bomb this spot like you already know. I want big things, I got to hunt for your come climbing. Y'all got to give you the stock in the darkest danger. Granny told me don't be a stranger. Fuck that bitch, I walk right out. Knee tight, a puss in that little red blouse. Turns out she thought in that bitch mine, now bite down. Bunch of brawlers, what can you do when the whole damn crew wanna train on you? Cause you gotta be cool with the bud pass through if you wanna act cool from the whole damn group. Not dudes, all good, we gon' help you get straight. You fell on your face to get to this place. You met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Yeah, I know, shit's cool, happened to me too. Me and my bros and my hoes on the pros, we gon' bomb this spot like you already know. Yeah, you already know, yeah, you already know. We gon' bomb this spot like you already know. Yeah, me and
Is Sarah Louise here? God damn it, I don't think she is. I want to figure out how to find... Sarah Louise and I did a clipping parody, sort of. I will have to show you my old beardy face. This is not the right account. Maybe it's under Sarah Louise's name. I can't fucking type the letter E! Damn it. Hold on. Let's real quick copy an E. Okay. Thank God. Is the clipping song on here? Yes. No, this is a rotten remix. Yes, here we go. Here we go. All right. Remember DigiPro?
Bags trapped in the trash full of bones. Cut down to the marrow, but they ain't feed to the dog. Shut doors in the daytime, every place locked. Every boss bunkered in with some whiskey and a Glock. Every other day a man disappears up the street, while a pocket full of cash in the shirt of a police man keeps him maintaining that radio silence. Blind eye turned on a city made of violence. Nobody sleeping, gunshots ringing out, steady stay creeping. 10 cars rolling out, hands on weapons, ammunition keeping count. Fire off around if you think you got something to announce. Every motherfucker in the city wants to see himself as a main character, acting like they on some Scarface shit when they just a coked up embarrassment. And a bullet meant for a top dog's head ends up in the face of a passerby. And the news group passing by, acting like everybody don't already know why. Nobody sleeping, gunshots ringing out, steady stay creeping. 10 cars rolling out, hands on weapons, ammunition keeping count. Fire off around if you think you got something to announce. Nobody sleeping, gunshots ringing out, steady stay creeping. 10 cars rolling out, hands on weapons, ammunition keeping count. Fire off around if you think you got something to announce.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I forget about it all the time too. And then I'm like, oh shit, this shit actually kind of goes. Like, I like the. I mean, it's literally a rip off of Storm coming. Everybody inside. War coming. Hey, get back to force. Out for the homies. Turn that beat up. Get loaded. It's a murder on the outside. Everybody inside. Murder on the outside. Everybody inside. Murder on the outside. Everybody inside. Inside out now. Like a load is right. That new clipping album's about to come out, right? Like on Friday or something. They literally have a new album coming out like in a couple days. They got that gamer song with fucking Aesop Rock. Change the Channel is fun. Keep Pushing is all right. I think it'll be good. It's like fucking 22 tracks or some shit too. It's like a massive album that they're putting out. So yeah, it'll probably be crazy. Been so long. Disney on these hoes. Shouts to all my Mickey Mouses. The realest thing David ever said. Only time he was really talking about himself in a clipping song. I blow through weed and swishes like tornadoes blow through houses. Now I want to do fucking intro. Let's I'm gonna have the lyrics over on my other screen. I want Mid-City intro. That's my favorite one. I feel like I could probably get away with playing this like I don't think this was on a label. I don't think they were I don't think Mid-City I don't think I'm gonna get copyright jacked for playing the intro from Mid-City. Is this the intro from Mid-City or is this it looks right. It says 2014. I thought this was 2013 though. Wait. It says provided to YouTube by Sub Pop Records 2019. So maybe Sub Pop maybe they later on bought the publishing rights to this and re-released it. Because that's what this is. That's what I'm getting out of this. Whatever. Let's do it. I don't care. It's clipping, bitch.
It's clipping, bitch.
On my lyrics. Not doing this by memory. I can't.
What do they need? Powder weed, Adderall, let them in slow. Settle them in. Cali, when they step in the doors, I'm seeing all the hoes cutting coke in the kitchen and cooking over the stove. Ain't wearing none of their clothes and it's closed and it go like that. Never want to have to show the strap, but you got one and it got drums that hold hundreds of bills old and crumbling. Real soldiers humble and huddling around the heaters competing for millimeters like who cocked the biggest, what you got significant. Locked and loaded, I'm patrolling peyote, hallucinating the realest shit going on with the homies. The only way to get over is get your weight up and pray over all of the bodies of water walking killers that's hiding beside the fact of the matter. The guts will splatter at will. Everybody in the jungle knows killer be killed. Come get it.
Order walking clear fighting beside the fact of the matter. That's good.
It ain't no fun, but they cocaine in the system, buddy. But it ain't got nothing to do with the way OG's banging, bitch. When I get sprayed, don't run. And getting away with it anyway. Anybody can get it, got it. Goddamn it, can't believe today was a good day. But it seemed like every other day is a hood day. You see the irony? He don't know nothing about it. This murder ain't about nothing but murdering snitches and burning bridges with all the bitches who used to swing on the dick like it's good for physical fitness. You finna what no bullshit and we'll better start hitting switches in that low. Drop it till it about to hit the flow. Can't nobody stop it when it go. Gadget on a ratchet like a hatchet. How she chopping, screw the dick up, licking after all the wood that been blown good and blowed up. Get throwed and running up in the guts and busting. Come get it.
Gotta power your way through it. You're going that fast. Can anyone really even tell if you fuck up such a word? They can't if they know the song.
That's the sound of the end of the party. Two of them on the quick, pick up all the guns and get rowdy. Better be the best that they trying to be the definition of every hood motherfuckers contort vision. They snorting the game, sporting the flies, the fashion passionately. Wanna get some action, the better make sure the camera can see. The fuck wanna enter in a war with a veteran? Who can score to settle with motherfuckers for meddling? You think about the kettle, the pot has been plotting, blowing till blue in the face cruise. Wanna be true, claiming it too, pocket it out, back in the drop, all that you got, into the bag, pay the tax right off, take it right off that ass. Now flip it, dip it, break it, the foot on the gas, go ahead and clip it, pop it, shake it, then make it go fast. The days of paying for fascination, the thing of the past. So get your paper up, partner. You talking cash, they talking fast. Come get it.
Woo! Oh, it's so much fun.
I put out a video prompt.
I don't know what the fuck this is. Who the fuck is Liam Donovan? I don't know nothing about this. What are you doing to me, YouTube? How does clipping intro go into the most poorly aged songs? How does a song that is aged so beautifully that I felt the need to just randomly perform it end me up on the most poorly aged songs video? The second album intro is your favorite. I can't do that one. I never learned it. I only learned the first one. I'm not even sure why. I just love the flow so much. It might be my favorite. It's kind of always been my go-to, like if I'm gonna practice rapping with a clipping song, that's the one I'm gonna do. Microsoft Defender summary antivirus. Why are you even talking to me? What is that about? Well, I had fun rapping just now, so I might do more of that. Will you drop 100K without the anime? Yeah, so I'm planning to. I don't know if I'll do 100K just by itself, but I am planning to put the whole album up as an album video on YouTube. And I think I'm gonna do it where I'm gonna relabel it as a like deluxe and just kind of add in Way Out of Line, because this is basically a beat and a bunch of lyrics that would have been on Ridiculously Adequate Performance, but I just never figured out what to do with them, so I kind of just combined them all into one song. So I don't know where it's most appropriate for it to go on the album if I add it in, because I don't know if I just want it to be at the end. It might just make sense at the end though, so I don't know. But this will be on. I'll release it as like the deluxe or whatever, because that's the meme of how everybody releases everything now. And Way Out of Line will be on the deluxe. Maybe I'll throw something else on there if I find something that makes sense. But I've released most of the. Well, I'm working on my next. I realized that you might be thinking, why not any of these other singles? And it's because a lot of these are for an album I'm working on called Neverwinter Norfolk, which I have completed. But I want to get the full album video for this album out before I release another entire album that's actually even longer and possibly even better. But it will have Drop 9 on it, Icy Waste on it, Salem Witch Trial on it, Tea Friendly, and Crib Nasty. All 5 of those are from Neverwinter Norfolk, which I think is, I have it right over here, 13 tracks, 34 minutes. Yeah. It's going to be dope. It's going to be a good fucking album, I think. Let's go just play one of the unreleased tracks right now, because I think I have one on Drive. I'm so not used to using someone else's laptop. I'm used to, like, I just type a letter. Oh shit, I cannot have this on screen. I'm used to just typing a letter and then it immediately like pops up. Let me go ahead and undo my, how do I fucking kill? There we go. Kill screen. That's what I wanted. I instinctively tried to block the screen with my hand like a fool. I was like, oh no, I can't have all my emails on screen. Which email account do I even have my stuff uploaded to? I've got so many fucking emails. Yeah, okay, it's my old one, I think. Get me into Drive. Bring me to Google Drive. Okay. I'm such a good broadcaster. So exciting, so full of energy. Never shut up. Never leave long silences. That's not something I do when I stream. I never take forever to find what I'm looking for and awkwardly leave the audience hanging. Let's see. Present again. Share screen. Entire screen with audio. Let's go. All right. This song is called Gross Host Spliffy, and it is the opening song on my upcoming album, Neverwinter Norfolk.
I moved from north to east side Norfolk in the course of recording this record and reached the end of Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers finally. So the timing I'm on is like therapy and clarity and maybe something scarier just waiting way up in the wings. I was singing way out of lines until the other day. My baby other mind was out of line until my soul was saved. So now I'm waving wavy rhythms down like I'm hitchhiking. Let me take what's to my liking and the iron will keep striking. I can forge a stick, I can't think I'm no Will Smith, but colored bullets. Running mullets out of town and flipping frowns and penning brilliant full sentences made of memes, reusing a few like scenes, abusing a couple schemes and sending the trend and seem to imitate. Pick a fate to embody, you're out even trading inner beauty. You take yourself for granted like fans of your band. Stands in truly simple-minded, simple Simons being dumbed down by the local radio stations. By design and met the big boy. Now the little lady runs the shady out the convoy. Bon voyage to your menage a trois, I'm on the raw joy. My soul on boy is sent into your head and now reverberates. I'm in your state of mind, the spinal column of all vertebrates. Hey, Trixie's super great. Hey,
Trixie lives in your slippy. I'm in your trippy shit. I'm so pissy, bitchy, flows, sunken eyed hoes. I'm on clothes like a tea bag, gross.
And now you gotta deal with this. Everybody knows you got weird taste and listen to stuff like this. Oops, what a weirdo. Oops, got no fear though.
I'm
Oops,
6
super
feet,
clear
you ballin',
though.
boy.
Oops, got a clear throat. Cough, cough, cough. To the beat, drop. Pull a dot. Just to cut it off. What you thought. Wasn't true, not. Actually, anything to do with the truth. Wish you knew. Don't act new, don't act cute, don't act tough now. Don't start stuff you can't finish or cart bluff now. Don't stuff your shirt now. Don't stuff your pants, cause they coming off now. We all catching that glance.
Liz, me a spliffy, yeah, me a trippy shit. I'm so pissy, bitchy. Sucking that hose, I'm sucking on boats and boats. Feedback, me that.
I'm your trippy shit. I'm so pissy, bitchy flows for you sucking out hoes. I'm ducking on boats and goats or tea bags and me that gross hoe.
Yeah, I love that. I don't remember who made that beat. I'll figure it out before I release the song. It was a free for profit type beat that I found on YouTube that just went unbelievably fucking ham. I was very glad I found that. Landon with another $5 says, "Oh God, trying to do this in yen. Never mind. I think you'd like the song Teeth on a String by Stick and Poke Folk Punk Rocks. Dang, your rap is fire too." Thank you. I'll check that out when I'm not live just because I don't know what the copyright situation is with that song. And I'll get back to you, Landon, because I have your phone number so I can just tell you what I think of that later. Teeth on a String. I'll write that down though so I don't forget it. Stick and Poke. Knowing Landon's taste in folk punk, it may very well be incredibly sad. Well, I shouldn't even say your taste. It's just folk punk is incredibly sad music for the most part. I don't hear a lot of it that's like, let's dance and have a great time. It's like, we're all gonna die. It's a band no one's heard of. It's not copyrighted. That doesn't mean it's not copyrighted. Like, it depends on who owns them. Let's see. I can find this out, I'm sure. Unless they're totally independent. Let's see. The song has 106,000 views. I'm going to say that's too popular for me to totally trust that I can play it. Oh, man. Lapusha, are you asking me what I do for work at the moment? I do YouTube videos. What do you mean? I guess you're only ever here for the live streams, but I do still make videos. I think they're pretty good. I hope other people think they're pretty good. A lot of thought goes into them. Too much thought goes into them, oftentimes. It reminds me, this video, this particular stream is called like a row of rants. Because I was planning to read you all this list of rant topic ideas I have and see if there's one you wanted me to just do, and then I can cut that into a video later. So let's see about that. Videos. All right. Which ones of these? We have one called Acceptance is Hard. We have Church of Kendrick, No More Giving Them Fear. Inner Boundaries. Internet Hoods and Emotional Proximity. The Quest to Be About It. The Tone is in My Hands. Analysis is Consideration. Sense of Humor Alignment. J. Cole is the chill guy meme IRL. Drake has never made a good song. I actually did record that. Actually, that is a video that I already have recorded and I could just edit. We could do that. We could turn this into an edit stream. I could just show y'all this Drake video by way of editing. It will take very little editing. It will basically just be us watching the video. There's one called What Has to Do with Me? What Do I Take for Granted? They didn't think we'd learn how the sausage was made. Recommendations as collage art, which will be Way of the Waypointer Part 2, assumably. Batman is Dracula and Dualities. I love gendered performance, ironically. Love the child, hate the parent. You are only lonely because you are afraid of love, but love is inevitable, so do not live in fear. And intent doesn't mean thought. Those are all video ideas I have just written in my notes. I also have a note that just simply says, I'm expecting to die young and for reasons that would have been pretty normal like 100 years ago, but which will seem really stupid to die from today. Okay. Whatever that means. What else do I have in here? I guess that's all the video ideas I have notated in my phone. I feel like I have another list on my computer as well. This is a list of YouTube channels I plan to recommend. There's one called Celebrate Peak. Shit. I don't know which document I put my list of video ideas in. Keep some pretty disorganized notes. Landon with $5 says, you played Stick and Poke on your folding clothes stream last year. You won't get copyright strike to play at home, girl. Okay, I do remember the song you're talking about. All right, we'll do it, Landon, but we're going to watch this Drake video first so I can edit it. And show it off. Let me think. Did I already import this? Oh, I don't know if I have the file actually. I have to think about where it would be. Would it be in this folder? Let me find the file first. Is this it? Yeah, okay, cool. I found it quickly. All right. Let's open up DaVinci Resolve and then let me get my screen share going. Once we've got the screen share going, it'll be easy enough to roll right into that song that Landon wants us to listen to. Okay. Sunchild soaking up the light. I got 25 lighters in my mind. 40, 45 summers to survive. I got all this rope, baby. I got all this dope. That's a hook I wrote last year that I haven't figured out what to do with yet. Landon, stop. Okay, let's. We're not watching the Trollolo video. We're editing a Drake video. That's right. I had to remember what we were doing. Like, why was I sharing screen for a second there? Okay. Nope, not Microsoft Edge. I don't even know why that's an option for me to click on when there's Brave Browser. Okay. Okay. Let's edit this video where I just kind of shit on Drake. Because why not? Everybody else is doing it, and I have hated Drake more and for longer than most of these people. That's kind of what this video is about. It's just like, hey, I always hated Drake, like before it was cool to hate Drake. So I just want credit. I just want credit for hating Drake as much as I do. You know? All right, let's watch this Drake hate video together. And check my stream and make sure this all makes sense. This checks out. Okay. Tell me if there's any audio issues with this.
This is just going to be a quick one in a blank, echoey room. My link tree's here. That's who I am, and that's what I do.
Okay, so, well, right off, I've mentioned my link tree being on screen. So we're going to have to go ahead and add that before I forget. And that's going to be complicated because I don't have a fucking E key. So nope, I want you in there. Okay. And yeah, we'll just leave it like that. I don't think it needs a border. That'll just make it distracting. Okay.
This is just going to be a quick one in a blank, echoey room. My link tree's here. That's who I am, and that's what I do. So, Drake. I can't imagine ever having thought that Drake was good. Like, at all. And the reason for that is that when I go to order food...
Wait, hold on. Okay. Just had to make sure I didn't mute myself on accident. Let's go back.
And the reason for that is that when I go to order food at a fast food restaurant, I have a special voice I use in order for them to definitely understand my order, right? So I'll go, yeah, can I get 2 cheeseburgers and 3 fries? And like I use that voice because it's this insanely cutting, flat tone. And Drake sings just like this. I sound like Drake. The first time I was ever exposed to Drake as an idea was probably 2011 or 12. Actually, it was the Sprite commercial. Last name ever, first name greatest. I hated that shit. They played it constantly on Cartoon Network because Drake's a pedophile. And so it was just like him exploding into Sprite on my television all fucking day. Last name ever, first name greatest. I hated that lyric. I was like, oh, that's just the most basic, stupid, like childish, fucking grade school lyric you could possibly imagine. It drove me insane. I was like 19 or 20 at the time, you know. Yeah, 20. If it was 2011, I would have been 20, going on 21, you know? So I was like, this fucking sucks. I hated Drake right off the bat. And the first time I heard reference to his voice was Black Hokage. I'm Just Saying is the name of the channel now. It was Modern War Negro at the time, but he did videos where he would troll in Modern Warfare. And one of his bits was pretending to be Drake's son. And he would go, I sound just like him. I sound like Drake. I sound like Drake. And that was how I knew Drake was. I sound like Drake. That was my idea of Drake. I sound like Drake.
I love how much fun I'm having doing that in this
Drake
video.
started getting really popular. The way I found out about that is because Anthony Fantano was always shitting on his albums. I don't think Fantano ever gave like a great score to a Drake album. And even the scores he gave, I think, are too high. The first time that like I finally caved to the pressure of realizing that this guy was popular and therefore I needed to investigate him was when Views came out. And the reason that I felt that pressure is because Drake was on Poetic Justice. And I love Kendrick Lamar. And I loved Poetic Justice. I don't love it anymore because all that shit he says about taking you to the motherland, he's saying it like it's his motherland. You ain't from no Africa though. What motherland are you talking about, Dre? It's not. You don't. That's weird, right? Isn't that weird? Also, just the pompousness of it. Like he's literally saying to this girl, "You should stick with me because I have enough money to take care of you." That's a terrible fucking reason to stay with somebody. That's incredibly awful. And like, I always kind of had the idea that like he was supposed to represent the chauvinistic, evil voice inside of men. You're supposed to kill that voice. You're never supposed to listen to that voice. You are definitely not supposed to feed into that voice by listening to an artist who speaks exclusively to that voice because it's the only voice in his head. The first time I ever enjoyed anything Drake did was just that one hook, running through the six with my heart, you know how she goes. And that's just one of those things that's fun to say with your friends.
like I had understood it to be that your woes are your homies, right? So it's something that you and your woes get to pretend you're running through the six together. You're running through the six with your woes, and you all go, you know how that she goes. It's a good hook. The rest of the song sucks. It's a fucking terrible song. All of his instrumentals dog shit. I remember, I got enemies, not a lot of enemies. Like that, his just voice is so, and he goes, ugh, stop. Ugh. And then if you're reading this too late, it sucked.
I can't cut that gap.
And I was
That's
like,
too
all right, now I
funny.
wash my hands of Drake. Drake fucking sucks. And you know, when I got
Long
into
pause
JPEG
and then
Mafia,
just
he was opening every album with a Drake diss. You know, Drake era, Drake. I need all my bitches same color as Drake. If they not, then they getting rocked. Put that Pyrex in the pot. I don't give a fuck. Get out there in the six, suck a dick, pussy boy. You getting hit with the. And I'm really with the shit, so you're not gonna take my hits. Take my hits, break them up while I break your bitch. Boy, I'm tagging bodies like it's metal girl. Got no fur, but your fucking status make you disappear. All of that is a Drake diss, just at the start of Veteran. So I made a song called Drake Fucking Sucks around when Pusha T pushed his ass in, and he said that corny shit about how he wasn't hiding his son from the world. He was hiding the world from his son. And I was like, all right, time for me to jump in on this Drake dog pile. So I made the Drake Fucking Sucks song. Unfortunately, it's
I forgot to mention this in the video. I also can call out Kendrick Lamar in the song Drake Fucking Sucks for not having packed in Drake yet. Let me go find this. Maybe I'll add this into this video somehow. No, because I'm going to render it in this. But let me find the lyric. I don't necessarily stand by this song because in it I'm like, still with my girl because she loved me, and that's just not true. But anyway, what's the lyric here? Break stalemate with Kenny, y'all both look a bitch. Subliminal raps, man, that shit is for kids. Fucking cowards at the top, man. Afraid to lose a brand deal or rap friend. Afraid to catch the trend on the back end. Like any fucking kids think you're cool in the first place. Rather bump post, get stoned with a pop tape. Drake fucking sucks. Well,
more of a comedy song that doesn't really hold up that well, but I was like, I have to say something about this guy.
that cough does not need to be in there.
I was like, I have to say something about this guy. Now, in that song, I said that he had like one decent hit, and I was referring to Hotline Bling. And I did enjoy Hotline Bling. I know, and now let me. It is like a scientifically crafted perfect song. And you know how I know that? Because the first like 4 or 5 Post Malone singles are the same song. If you just listen to the instrumentals of Hotline Bling, and then any Post Malone song for the first like 2 years, just Hotline Bling. It just copied the exact formula of it because it was such a huge hit song.
Ever since I took a shitty poo.
It's like perfectly written. But did Drake have anything to do with writing any part of Hotline Bling? There's no way. It's like such a classically crafted pop song. It had to have been sold to him. This was also when Drake really entered my psyche, though, because of the dancing. Because everybody made fun of that music video. It was like a massive meme that he dances like a Stalin. But I don't
remember the name of him. There was some like white Swedish dude who was doing hip hop content back in like 2018, and he had this series called Stolen or Not Stolen, but he would always say it like Stalin and like put a picture of Stalin on screen if it was Stalin. So he'd play the bar from the original song, play the Drake song. It's often Drake. It wasn't always Drake, but and then he goes Stalin. Anyway,
the way
don't remember that guy's name.
And so I've imitated it many times. So I've accidentally taught myself how to dance like Drake because of watching those memes way too much. But again, that's like
I'm serious. Fucking Drake's goddamn meme dancing has poisoned me. To like, I have to unlearn Drake dance moves. Like I've caught myself doing them and being like, you have to stop. Like you can't. It wasn't even cool at the time. It was funny and ironic. You can't keep copying Drake's dance moves.
taking the piss. Like, I liked it because it was revealing that he's like he was just showing exactly how much of an awkward fuck he is, but like with total aplomb. It's like the Mark Zuckerberg like trying to be human type shit, you know? It's like it's exciting and fun because it's so wrong, and it's so transparently wrong, and he seems to have so little self-awareness about it, which makes it extra fun.
This is my favorite genre of my content, is when I'm being like really flippantly mean, like dismissive of someone's whole humanity. It's like Mark Zuckerberg trying to be human. It's just so wrong that it's fun. Like, I'm definitely channeling a little bit of Torre in this too, because ever since Rap Latte launched, I've been listening to a lot of that. He's got one of those voices that just works its way into your mind. Like, if you listen to Torre a lot, you will start having a Torre voice in your head that asks Torre questions, you know?
And then he was in Sicko Mode, and his voice is the worst thing about Sicko Mode. He literally ripped off the fucking hook from Japan. I don't even remember who the artist is that made that song, because that would have been their iconic hit if it hadn't been ripped off by a much larger hit song that literally just used its hook. And in that song, he's talking about how he used to bus you to the dance. What the
If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, the original song was "I Did Half a Zan, 13 Hours to Japan," and he just stole that and made it "I Did Half a Zan, 13 Hours Till We Land."
fuck does that mean? Nice for What was legitimately one of my favorite songs for a little while. But you know why? Because it's a Lauryn Hill sample. He just took this amazing segment from the end of a Lauryn Hill song and looped it and sped it up, creating, therefore, one of the greatest beats ever. And, like, when you pay attention to the lyrics,
Said he, like Drake made the beat. Like, I'm giving him too much credit, even suggesting that he had anything to do with it.
he's talking about how you were fine even in high school. High school photos, he was fine even then. Like, I hadn't thought about that. I was just like, nah, but what? Yeah, I got it. Nah, but what? You know, like doing like a little bunny rabbit dance to his little fucking.
This video is worth it just for the Drake impressions. I don't even think I'm really making like an interesting point. I just think it's really funny to hear me make fun of Drake's voice.
Bugs Bunny voice to the Nice for What song, you know? Give to me. Honestly, it took a long time for me to get anything other than the Lauryn Hill sample into my head from that song. That sample is the beat is immaculate. Don't get me wrong, the beat on that song is immaculate, especially with the change up when it goes into club mode. Again, nothing to do with Drake's performance. It's just an immaculate fucking beat and an immaculately written song. I'm sure he did not write it, because he's not made anything else good since then. That was the last time that there was even a speck of creativity in a Drake's single. Like, it's all been dog shit since then. Worse and worse of dog shit. There was that one techno album that was like passably listenable. I know a lot of people just like hated it. I thought it was like, okay, this is like a listenable, but it's like, it just glided off my brain. Like, I remember none of it. And it's techno for people who've never listened to any other techno. Like, if you know the genre, you can just find a better version of any song on there, like, instantly. You probably knew a better version when you heard it, the song, you know? So it's only impressive to people who are like, wow, Drake's doing something new. He sucks. Drake has always sucked. The reason I have to bring this up is that, like, I keep having to hear these conversations where people are trying to like litigate, when did Drake start sucking? When did he stop being a GOAT rapper? Or in the conversation, like, oh, well, you know, he was really a great rapper up until we found out he had ghostwriters. And like, no, he was always talking about fuckboy shit. Like, he was never talking. How well you write doesn't matter if you're writing about dumb shit that has no prescience, that makes you a worse person to think. Like, if the beliefs espoused in the lyrics are wrong, that's very important. Like, if I'm sitting there listening, there's plenty, maybe this is more evident to me because I grew up with metal music, where a lot of the time it is like very pointedly incorrect. You know, like, it is very pointedly, obviously not something that you should take seriously. Or if it is, you stay away from that band. You know, you are like, I don't think you guys are safe people. And a lot of hip hop, they're not, they're not good people. They're not safe people. And sometimes that can be in a respectable way. Not everybody has to be safe or good to be likable. But Drake is a pedophile. So,
I was like, how does this end again? Oh, yeah. Of course. You don't have to be a good person to be likable, but Drake is a pedophile, so, That's pretty funny. Alright, yeah, that's passable. That's content. This is kind of a case of, like, if I can make a Drake video, I should, like... my last Drake video, it didn't, like, do amazing views, but it didn't underperform either, so there's clearly enough interest in shitting on Drake in my audience for it to be as viable as anything else I do. Drake slander is always valid. Yeah, I kind of have that feeling too. I mean, it never stops. But like I said in the video, I'm just sick of hearing people act like it's new or like he started sucking 4 years ago or whatever. It's like, no, it's always been like this, Fantano was calling it out the whole time. Like, I didn't want to like blow Fantano too much in this video, but like, he was always like, yeah, this guy sucks. It's fuckboy music. Like, this is not to be respected or or celebrated, just because it has being technically good at sucking is not a good thing. I think that's kind of what the message of that was. Okay, I am getting somewhat tired. I gotta play this song that Landon wanted. Landon with $2 says, who in the flying fuck is Drake? He was famous for the last 15 years, and then everybody found out he was a pedophile, and now he's not as popular. He's a very rich gambling addict. God, did y'all see that clip where Drake recently he rented out a whole club so that he could sit on a couch in the middle of the club in a giant like puffy like robe thing, gambling on a giant projector screen like across the club, like music playing, lights on, and he's just sitting alone in a cavernous room gambling on a giant TV. That man has problems. And yes, he was also an actor on Degrassi. I never actually saw Degrassi myself, so I didn't know him that way. Okay, what was the fucking song? Let me look it up. What you said is Stick and Poke. Oh, right, I have it open, don't I? On the other computer. Teeth on a String. Okay. God damn it. Here we go. Just had to add "and" in there.
Little fox girl, you are small and fair, racing through the forest with your thin tangled hair. Force where you dwell, protecting you from harm. A weird mischief trouble, but not immune your charm. Because in the forest there, shadows a beast, dark, handsome, delirious, to say in the least. Through the mystery, he comes from the dark, quite ready to steal that little fox's heart. Now I'm screaming bloody murder. How did I get myself into this mess? I will rip my teeth out one by one and sew them onto my dress. Now I'm screaming bloody murder. How did I get myself into
Okay. Can't do any more of that. I have too many traumas associated with BPD Fox girls. And also it's fucking depressing. Well, not so bad. Why is folk punk so sad? They should like that whole genre needs SSRIs or something. I don't know. Real music. The song is literally a masterpiece. Yeah, am I like giving a file right now? I guess I did just render this. I guess it crashed. Enough. I'm probably gonna go to bed because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. You didn't think mere minutes after waking up today you'd be trolled? Well, you know, that's how I roll. Either probably tonight, if not, then this week, Umineko, come back. More Umineko. Also, streams. Will they be like this stream? Maybe. Maybe it'll be something else. This one was pretty much going with the flow and seeing what the chat had to say. I made a list of rants and then I didn't do any of them. So, you know, that sounds right. Okay, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for watching. And don't forget.